Hello everyone, welcome back to Roses in Houston. So this is part 2 of the roses after the rain. And if you have not checked out that first part yet, you can just go watch that after this video if you would like. This rose is Quicksilver. So now I'm moving to the other side of the garden to show you how they look after the rain. And this is now the beginning of July. Today is July 6th. And as I mentioned in another video, this is just in case for people who click on this one but have not watched the first one. We are expected to have a few days of rain, but we'll see what happens due to the hurricane forecast, like supposed to be category 1 that will hit another part of South Texas. We're not getting direct hit as of today forecast, but we're supposed to be getting good amount of rain. So we had a good rain pouring down pretty heavily a few hours ago. So everything now is wet. And with Quicksilver, this rose is doing quite well compared to some others in the garden. For the most part, it is looking pretty good. Even has a few nice blooms here, and of course it has drip damages. I did a post on my blog to document roses, the 3 roses that I grow in this section. If you remember, or if you look at another video that I post back in the springtime, I planted Quicksilver over here, Top Cream over here, and Perryview Prince over there. So these 3 roses were planted right around actually the same time. They were purchased from 2 different places, about the same height, the same age. So I start documenting to see how they have done. So you can look at that on the blog as well. I plan to update that when I have time, but that Quicksilver has grown nicely. And we have Raspberry Cream Twirl next to it, which drop a lot of foliages in the summertime. It doesn't like heat very much. So that one, I think it is going to grow pretty big by next spring. And I will need to get a trellis to install pretty soon. But I have not been able to done that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that before it gets to be too big. And this is Top Cream. So both roses doing pretty good, pretty green and healthy. And yes, they do get drip damages if you look at the foliages. But I would say that overall health doing really well compared to some other roses in the garden. These 2 do so well and overall super duper healthy. Now Perryview Prince, which I believe is bred in Texas. So I got Perryview Prince and Quicksilver from Antique Rose Emporium, and can't speak. Perryview Prince bred in Texas, and I am quite surprised that, I mean, it is still thriving and everything, but compared to the other 2, this rose got hit really hard by thrips. And I mean, it has so these foliages the leaf cutter bees been using the foliages to make the nest, so they are not pest or anything. It's like perfectly round cut right here. They're just using the foliages to create a nest. But other than that, as you can see, a lot of damages compared to the other two with this at the same age, planting at the same time. But of course, with roses, right, needs time for them to grow and thrive. But I'm just surprised how it gets more damages compared to the other two, given that it is bred for Texas. Just from my observation, I'm sure it is going to grow stronger and everything. And want to quickly talk about the no spray garden. This is solely based on my experience, and I'm not an expert, never claim to be an expert at all. This is just how I care for my roses and whatever works for me, or things that I have observed from in my own garden. So for people who want to go to the no spray route, and like I always say, it's not for everyone. It truly is not for everyone, because a no spray garden is very hard to look at when you see a lot of damages. Also, there is a risk of losing your roses as well. So it is something that you have to kind of ask yourself what your goals are, and what, eventually what you want to do, what's going to make gardening more joyful for you. And with the no spray garden, it is very unpredictable as far as when you are going to see good blooms, and because most of the time the pests are the one that will get to enjoy them first, right? So you just never know. And also, it is not only about releasing a lot of beneficial insects and then it's going to solve all the issues in the garden. A no spray garden, it takes a series of steps, time, patience, or even losses along the way to implement. Let it be whether it's the varieties of roses that you have to experiment which one will thrive in your garden and which one may not work out. So it's just not easy, and then you have to kind of build things up from the ground up, from the soil, make sure that soil is healthy, right? Because you need that strong foundation, whether you spray or not spray. But it's even more important than no spray garden for soil to be healthy, so that your roses are healthy and can fight off diseases and pests as well. Now the next rose, let's take a look at Lady of the Mist. This rose is a wonderful summer bloomer. Right now it is full of buds. Last year in July, this rose, in July and August, this rose is blooming like crazy, but it is so heavy on black spot, really heavy. I think it will do better in if you spray with fungicide. But since it's here, course its black spots really bad, but it still blooms quite well too. So these blooms are a few days old. And next one, Bliss Perfumer. I did had several blooms a few days ago. And these are new blooms. And of course it has strip damages on. But overall, very healthy. And we have a Wicked Sister over here. And here, want to quickly point out, like this section here, this is why I have to have these roses in the pots, because when it rains, like the drainage in this section is not good at all, as you can see. If I plant them in the ground or not having if I don't have raised beds, then we are going to have to deal with a lot of issues with poor drainage. That's why I have to grow them in these bottomless pots. So that's Wicked Sister. I'm surprised at the colors. It's like a lot more pink and lighter. It's pretty still. This roses is also from Antique Rose Emporium. This one is kind of slow going as well. I mean, last year didn't bloom. I mean, it bloomed some, not a whole lot, but this year starts to bloom more. So that's also Bliss. I think Bliss, because I grow Bliss and Evelyn next to each other, and right now Bliss is like getting really big. Evelyn not so much. So that's these two are Bliss. But that's Wicked Sisters, and we have Bordeaux in the back. And I cut so many blooms off that rose. It must have like 50 flowers blooming like crazy. I love that rose too. It is a really nice red rose, and in cooler weather it's like darker, richer, deeper red blooms. And we have Majestic, not blooming a whole lot, only have one. Right now, roses that have light pink or blush, they tend to fade into almost white. And Fun in the Sun has been blooming a whole lot. These blooms are old and shattered, so I'm going to deadhead. So that's Bordeaux. Beautiful. Such a great bloomer. And right over here, another wonderful, eager to bloom. Blooming machine is plum perfect. Blooms not big at all in the summertime, but look, it's like it wants to bloom. Crazy amount of flowers on here. And overall, very healthy. Grow so tall. Like over 5 feet tall at the moment. So I don't know how the wind will be when that hurricane hit. So hopefully this cane will be okay. This one right here is loaded with, but it's heavy. Like all these summer blooms, just small. Small, but I'm grateful that they're still happily blooming. So I think that will be it for this section. And as always, you can check out rosesinhouston.com for more rose information if you would like to, and you can connect with me on Instagram as well. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.